Alright guys, back over here working on the door today. Got all this stuff moved out of here. Not raining, finally. Anyway, I had stopped welding on this door seam right here. I've got it down to here now. I still got to weld in this section right here. Getting pretty close with that. I still had a hole right here where I'd cut and welded in the new bottom. There was just a piece missing right there. I thought maybe I'd just get lazy and do a lap weld there and cover that up and get it fiberglassed in. Yeah, remember how tight my clearances are on my door jambs? Lap weld's not gonna work there, it's hitting. So I just got 2 tacks on that. I'm gonna have to grind that off and get it sunk back in there and do a butt weld. And then actually when I go to do the body work around here, I'm gonna have to keep it very thin. I'm not gonna be able to do much bondo work back in there. Hopefully enough to cover up these welds, but it's tight, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this little bit of welding right here and here. Then it's probably gonna come back off the car, go back on the table, get it all cleaned up with a wire wheel, see if there's any more issues, cracks, pinholes, anything like that. Start doing this inner jamb and get it all ready for paint. And then we'll flip it over and do the skin. I've got the door check all welded in now. It's not gonna fall out, at least in my lifetime, I'm thinking. So that's good. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going here for a while. Piece welded in here again. There's more to do. I'm gonna take it off and put it on the table and finish it, but I got clearance now. My door's shutting again, so I think I'm to the point I can pull this door off and finish welding it on the table, and probably won't go back on until after it's painted, you know. All right, guys, I got this door completely welded up. Bottom's all been welded. That's that little rectangular patch you just seen me put in. I got it butt welded in there flush. I have no room there whatsoever. A lap weld hit. So I've got that flushed up in there now. And I've got this side here all cleaned up. This is the side I cut off and re-welded down the entire seam, you know. That's all been welded up. This is the side I got all the clearance issues on. I mean, there is no room there. Now, this lip, I'm obviously going to have to put a little fiberglass on it. I'm not going to have clearance issues here. My clearance issues are going to start when I get to this vertical section here as it's laying. I don't want to put any filler on that. But the only place I've touched at, that's all factory, it hasn't been messed with, is right here where I've got this butt weld. So just enough filler right there to get that to blend in. And then I'm gonna have clearance issues up here too, but that's all untouched. So I'm not gonna do any more there, and I have to fill a couple pits. Then we'll get this whole lip fiberglassed. Shouldn't be any clearance issues there. We're just gonna fiberglass both sides of it, get it to come out on the end, and then get her smooth. But you know, we got a good 3/8 gap here now, and this doesn't hit anything here, I don't think. However, I am gonna keep it real thin on the back side. But yeah, I think we're good with that. There's no clearance issues on the bottom. It's all welded up, so we'll get a nice layer of fiberglass over all that and get her smoothed off with a little filler. The top, I just took a wire wheel to it. It had a lot of surface rust up there. I was looking to see if there was any place that needed welded up or pinholes that needed filled with fiberglass or anything. All that's just surface rust, so I should be able to just fill the pits, thin layer of filler, a couple good heavy coats of primer, get the top done. Shouldn't be too much for clearance issues up there. And then most of my work is going to be on this side. This hinge side was rusty. The hinges were rusted off. They've all been plated in. I just got to get all that to blend in and make it look not so ugly, you know. And then we're going to fix up the door jamb a little bit on the car and paint it too. There is a few wonky spots and dents I want to get out right here along where the garnish molding goes. I'm going to straighten that edge a little. This edge here I'm going to try to straighten a little. And the crossbar right here is bent. I'm going to try to get it it's bent on the other side too. I'm not so much going to try to take the bow out of it as just get it where it's not bent right there. And yeah, I think we're ready to start spreading some fiberglass though. That's a good solid door now. I don't think there's really any rust on it to speak of. You know. Yeah, I don't know if you'd call it a good solid door, but it is a solid door. It's not a good solid door, but it's a solid door. So anyway, guys, start spreading some glass here. Got a little mixed up here. This is full consistency. You guys see me spread this stuff with my fingers all the time. You try to use rubber gloves and it makes your fingers too slick and then it doesn't go in well. So you just gotta kind of bite the bullet, at least I do. All I'm trying to do here is make sure I don't have any pinholes. That's where rust would start if you had a pinhole in your weld. And with all this welding on this whole metal, you're gonna have pinholes. I mean, the question is how many? Just putting a little bit on the edge there too so I can flatten everything off good. This will get bondo over the top of it, but we just don't want to get things real thick here, guys, because there's not a lot of room. Basically, this fiberglass will get sanded off, all but what's in the low spots. Pinholes, things like that. We'll try to use our bondo to get our shape back to the best of our abilities. Here on the edge, I was welding the three pieces together, you know, the three pieces of metal. And very likely could be pinholes there. The rest of this up through here. I still got good lip on it, you know. I don't want to put a whole lot of fiberglass on that. It's been basically untouched. don't even think this is going to need any bondo. I'll just grind the fiberglass off flat and it'll probably be just fine here. I don't see any pinholes here either. I'm just doing this for a precaution, I guess. It actually all looks very good. You can't really even tell I ever cut it. Same down here, this has all been welded back together. So we just want to make sure we get the edges here over all these other split welds. Just a thin layer. We're not trying to cover the whole area, just in case there's a pinhole. All right. Got the coat of fiberglass on there and got it sanded out all the way down this edge. And I'm up to about here with it. I got to continue on that way. So I'm going to finish that bottom, this edge, get a skim coat of bondo on there, get that sanded out. That's the edge I would have clearance issues on. And then, well, I'll probably do the top too. I'll probably go ahead and fill these pits up here because there might be clearance issues up here. As soon as I get all that bondoed up and sanded out, I'm going to put it back on the car one more time, make sure it ain't rubbing anywhere. And then I've started cleaning up all the areas here that feathering it out, you know, where my scuffs and stuff was. I had some cracks around this hinges. I ground it back out and I'm just gonna rebondo that up. It cracked the paint from pulling on the door and stuff, you know. But we'll get this mask off and painted, and yeah, here's where I'm at, guys. I got that lip all sanded out. Get a coat of primer on there and look at it, but I think this side's pretty well done. Top of it, put a real thin skim coat of bondo on there, wire wheeled it off, 80 grit, 220 grit, real thin skimmer of bondo to get the pits, sanded it back out to 220, primed it. I think the top's all good from this hinge around. I think this is all good down this side for the most part. What's left I can hit with glazing putty. I'm out of primer and I'm out of bondo. I go to town tomorrow morning. This side here, I've got fiberglassed up, and I've started to kind of get it shaped around these plates and stuff to try to get it prettier. It's all been wire wheeled off. The bottom's been fiberglassed up. I've got a spread of bondo on there. It's mostly sanded out. I'm not gonna make that bottom real pretty. I'll probably block that a little bit more and prime it and see what it looks like. If it's not too bad, I'll just go with it. You really don't see the bottom. If it's real ugly, I might put one more skimmer on it, but we'll see. This corner, it's starting to shape up real nice for having not used to have been there. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it right now, but I'm out of material, and I hate bondo dust. But I don't hate this as bad as doing interior. At least I can do this, you know. At least I can do it. Yeah, guys, it's next morning. I went to town, got some bondo and primer. I was thinking this edge here was pretty close. I was just kind of hitting it with a little primer, seeing where I'm at with everything. All right, guys, here's where we're at with everything. This side here that goes, you know, this is the latch side. That looks real good. I think I'm gonna block that out with 320, 400. Call that good. I don't see too much wrong there for a door jamb. It's gonna be just fine. On the top, I want it to look pretty good. That's kind of what you see the most when the door's open. I've got all this big flat area looking good. Looks real good. Only thing is, this lip down here, I don't know if they'll show up on the camera. Probably not gonna show up too good. Yeah, right here. This lip is still pitted. I'm gonna sand that off and do a real thin spread of bondo over that lip just to hide them pits. Because the top of the door you do kind of see, you know, when the door's open. You get up in here, they're not too bad. But right here at the bend of the door. So I'm gonna take care of that. So that side's good. I actually did fill the pits on the lip on that side. I don't know why I didn't do the top. The top's almost good. The bottom you never see, so it's good enough. I got this corner looking pretty, you know, pretty acceptable, I think. Not bad anyway. So we're gonna call this good enough. This side over here, I got a little more I'm gonna do here, but this has all been welded up and plated, and I'm just trying to get it to kind of blend in so it's not terribly ugly. I'll get that a little better, but you kind of see what's going on here. And then basically just got to do from this hinge to this hinge. I think this corner's looking pretty good. So like from the bottom of this hinge to the top of that hinge, we'll get that looking as best that we can. But once again, it's in the door jamb, you know, on the hinge side. So as long as we can get it looking fairly good, we're gonna call that good enough, I think. And yeah, I think that's also good enough. You don't ever see that. I've put another coat of primer on the mirror. It's got 2 coats on it now. This garnish molding I thought was good. I didn't think I had to do any body work to it. Well, I got the wire wheel and the pinholes. See all them pinholes right there in the top? Start about here and they go to here. We're gonna have to fiberglass those guys up. So I ended up cleaning up the inside of it and putting rust converter on it. And it's hanging there drying right now. We'll fiberglass up them holes, and we're not gonna get real worried over a few pinholes. You know how it goes. The wing vent frame, I've got it all cleaned up. It's ready for primer and paint. I just got to mask off the chrome handle and the little stainless hinge and stuff. That's ready to go. And yeah, guys, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go home here for a minute, and I might go ahead and post this video. Looks like we're gonna have one more of this, oh, the door jamb. Forgot to show you the door jamb. I've just sanded this out, and I'm taking some glazing compound and just fixing up where I need to, you know, and we'll mask that off and paint it when we're doing the door. Probably gonna be one more of these preparation videos. I've still got to flip that door over and do the top side of it. And now we got to do a little body work on that and then get everything primed and sanded out. Get all the sand scratches out the best we can. Probably one more video like this. Somebody's mowing a yard next door. Videos like this get kind of hard to make because I'm out here for hours and hours just sanding and spreading bondo. Not very interesting, you know. I just got to kind of show this is where we're at, this is what we're doing type stuff. Probably another video like this, and then we'll be ready for paint. And gosh, it's supposed to be really warm next week. I'd like to do it then. I can open this door up, pull the car out. But anyway, I might end this one here. Not a very interesting video, but progress all the same. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like. I got dogs, I've got lawnmowers. Can you guys even hear me? Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, all them things. Jeremy. We'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.